What's up, everybody? I'm SS Multiverse, and today we're going to be talking about Goku versus Toppo in an additional match after the exhibition match between Universe 9 and Universe 7. And we're going to be going over the preview for episode 82 to see what we can uncover about this fight. Now, on one side, we have Goku, and I'm just going to assume you guys know everything that we've seen up until this point, but the one thing I'll add about Goku is that it seems he has control over his Kaioken ability, at least at ×2, because at first when it was introduced, he said it was a 10% chance of working or it'll mess up his body, but now he's used it twice. After fighting Hit, and he's done it successfully versus Masu and now Bergamo, and it seems like he's mastered it because if it was really a 10% chance any of those 3 times he's used it, it would have messed up his body now. So it appears he has control of Kaioken. So I feel like from now on, if you're talking about Goku versus anybody, you have to factor in that he can use Kaioken. Before it was kind of like, will he ever bring it back, or was that just a one-time thing? Now you have to factor in every time you fight someone. So we have Goku on one side, and we have the man, Toppo, on the other side. And I think Toppo is one of the strongest and going to be one of the most built-up characters for the Tournament of Power. And one of the reasons it was stated in spoilers that this man was being scouted to become the next god of destruction for Universe 11. That is insane. Let that sink in. He's actually being scouted. Like they took notice of how strong and powerful this man is, and they're saying, look, he is strong enough, or almost strong enough. We don't know if he's strong enough for sure, but this man has the potential to become the next god of destruction. That is huge. I think that safely puts him ahead of Gohan and anyone weaker than Gohan from Earth, like Piccolo. I mean, easily puts him above any of those fighters other than maybe Goku and Vegeta. Not counting fusions or any of those types of characters, of course. Now, another thing with Toppo is his personality. Now, Toppo's a big believer in justice, and he represents kind of like the hero type good guy from his universe. I think we can see this because he gave Goku a chance when the Clone God of Destruction asked what he thought of him. I mean, he's just like, well, let's just see. I know he could have easily have been like, look, this man just, he's gonna kill us all because he held this Tournament of Power. He gave the idea, but he's just like, look, I want to give Goku at least a chance, and he really respects the gods from his universe and most likely all universes, because when Basil kicked the energy ball towards him, he's like, how dare you respect the gods, and he blocked it. So he's very respectful of the gods, and I think he views himself as a very high level fighter and a high regard. So he's also part of the Pride Troopers, which is a group of, as of right now, 3 fighters. The one that looks like Beerus, the grayish purple alien that appears in the intro, and Toppo himself, and they all wear the same uniforms. They're all from Universe 11. We're gonna learn what they're about, but I have a really strong feeling based on what we know that they are kind of like the heroes from their universe. I don't think Toppo, the alien, or the Beerus lookalike are gonna be villains, at least like not on the surface. I mean, obviously Frost was a hero from his universe, but he actually turned up to be like corrupted, so we never know for sure. But I think based off of just like on the surface that they're going to be heroes from their universe. The last thing I'll say about Toppo is this man is very, very old looking, and I think they did that for a reason. They wanted to make this guy look very experienced, like he's been fighting for a very, very long time. I think that's going to add to his character. I think he's going to be one of the best and smartest fighters we have ever seen. I think he's going to be on par or even above Goku's level of intelligence when it comes to fighting, just because of his age and how they're building this character up. Now, we went through a lot here, so let's start to think about how Goku is going to compete with a fighter of this level. Now, for one, I think Toppo can definitely handle Goku in any form other than possibly maybe Kaioken, depending on that multiplier. But if he's being scouted as a god of destruction, I think it's safe to assume that this guy is definitely god level himself. I mean, you would have to even say that he has a very good chance of being even stronger than Goku. Now, the one thing we can know for sure is how strong the Clown God of Destruction is relative to other gods of destruction, because that's kind of a big factor in this. However, I think it's still safe to say that he is, since being a god of destruction, somewhere around Beerus's level, just somewhere in the ballpark. And since Goku and Vegeta, not counting Kaioken on Goku's end, of course, is nowhere near Beerus's strength, I mean, I think it's safe to say that if Toppo's being scouted to replace the Clown God of Destruction, I think that could even put him at much stronger than Goku and Vegeta. But if I had to take kind of a random stab at it, I'm going to say that he's slightly stronger than Goku at Super Saiyan Blue. And I would say Kaioken Goku is more powerful than Toppo, but not Super Saiyan Blue. I also think Toppo is going to be a superior fighter, and I think he's going to have some techniques we've never seen before. Now, keep in mind, Dragon Ball Super has 80 characters to come up with this Tournament of Power, so how much time they're going to put in each character is really hard to say. I'm really hoping that they expand on some of these characters, that they're going to add more than just giving everybody, you know, a stereotypical personality, like, here's the typical bad guy, here's the typical good guy, here's the typical evil person, you know, here's the typical cocky fighter. You know, I really hope they stay away from that and actually add some depth to some of these characters. But then again, you have to wonder, how can you do that with 80 separate characters? So the reason I'm bringing this up is because Toppo might be the one exception to this, where I think they might spend a lot of time building his character up, what his moveset is, what he's like. And he does seem like he's unique in some regards already, that, you know, he's a character who hangs among gods, and he's a justice warrior. And he wanted to see what Goku is like. And I think that takes a lot. You know, it takes a strong personality to take a look at a guy who gave the idea to hold this tournament in which universes are going to be destroyed, and be like, you know, let me at least give him a chance. You know, I think that takes a lot. So hats off for Toppo on that one. And now let's talk about the fight itself. So we can see in the preview that Toppo is literally crushing Goku at one point. And I think that's just a contest to what I said earlier, that I think Toppo is going to be as strong, if not stronger, than Goku. I actually think this is not a fighter like Hit that gets his strength from techniques. I think he literally is just as strong. I think he has the ability to crush Goku. And his physical strength, I think, is going to be literally off the charts, not counting, you know, Gods of Destruction and Angels. And I think his strength is going to be off the charts for non-God related characters. Another thing I noticed when I look at the preview for episode 81 is every scene they show Beerus and Whis, they're nervous, and every scene they show that Universe 11 is happy. So I actually do think Toppo is going to have the edge against Goku. I honestly think he will, especially until he turns Super Saiyan Blue. It also shows Toppo firing a bunch of like kind of orangish red blasts, and his aura is red. I don't think that means anything though. I think that's just literally kind of his power aura. I think they chose it because his suit's red. And then I feel like everybody has kind of like a signature color of power up. You know, like Goku Black had like the purple aura, and so on. So I don't think it really means anything. But you see Toppo using a lot of blasts. Like I said, I think this is a very, very, very experienced fighter. I think he knows what he's doing. And I think nothing Goku's going to do is really going to surprise him, except for maybe Super Saiyan Blue. But then again, he's already seen that. But maybe just the sheer power of it might surprise him a little bit. But Goku kind of already showed his best cards in a way. Like, I don't understand really why he had to use the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken combination. I mean, you could say, like, you know, it's because he promised not to hold back. But think about it. What he really did is now every universe knows about his very best technique, which is his transformation. So I think Toppo's kind of seen what Goku's like and how he fights. I think Toppo's going to have the upper end until Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue. And then I think it's going to be a close fight. And I honestly don't think this fight is going to finish. If I had to throw in a prediction how this fight's going to end, I think something is going to break up this fight. And I think they're going to have to finish in the Tournament of Power. So if I had to tell you my overall conclusion of how I think this fight is going to be, it would be that Toppo is going to defeat Goku until he goes Super Saiyan Blue, and then it's going to be close, but I think something is going to interrupt this fight. If it's Zeno himself, that's a possibility. If it's the Clown God Destruction named Vermao, then it could be him as well. I not 100% who it's going to be, but I do think someone's going to interrupt this fight and they're going to finish it. I don't think we're going to have confirmation of who's stronger when they're both at their very best. I think that's when the fight is going to end. Oh no, I think this could be a really good fight depending on how they do it. I mean, this could be one of those fights where if they throw in some unique, fighting styles or different ways to use energy, it could get its own unique feel to it, or it could just be lost in Dragon Ball, like a lot of other fights kind of were, over time, where if there's nothing memorable about them, they kind of get lost. So it all depends on how they do it, and Dragon Ball Super doesn't have the best track record for pacing of fights and how they do fights in general, but the last 10 to 20 episodes have shown promise, so I believe in Super. Come on, let's do this. Let's make this a good episode. I think they should cut it off. The Leaf fans, really wanting to see his Tournament of Power. I don't think they should make a conclusion to this fight. But if they do, if they have to make a conclusion, I'm going to say that this is going to be a draw. Anyways, guys, that's my full breakdown of Goku versus Toppo. I think this is going to be a really interesting fight. Sorry if I kind of rambled on and on. I just really, wanted to cover every angle with this fight and, all the possibilities. And I've been told my videos drag on too long, but what are you going to do? If you like talking about it, you like talking about it. But let me know what your guys' predictions for this fight is going to be. Who do you think is going to win? Is the fight going to be cut off? Who's stronger? Who's faster? Who has better techniques? Who's smarter? Anything you want to talk about regarding this fight, leave them in the comments, and I'll take a look. And thank you so much for watching. If you got to this part, you are amazing. I can't believe it, because I know for a fact I kind of repeated myself a couple times and rambled. So thank you so much for watching. Anyways, leave anything you want to about Dragon Ball Super in the comments, and I'll read them like always. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.